Everybody just take a little sit down on their mat, come to a comfortable position. This is a short half an hour yoga flow. It's designed to be a sort of rise and shine morning yoga, but morning yoga can be used any time of the day really and still have a good effect on your body. It helps to sort of regulate your breathing for the day ahead. It helps you to de-stress and sort of focus your mind for things that are going to happen to you today, hopefully all good things. Start off by taking your hands and resting your hands on your knees or your thighs. And just close your eyes and we're just going to take a few nice steady breaths. There we are. And as you breathe in and out, you're just bringing lots of oxygen into your brain. Lots of oxygen around to the vital organs of your body. Nice, deep, slow, steady breaths. Just noticing where you're feeling a little bit stiff or uncomfortable, you know, from your sleep sometimes, or the day previous, you might have a little bit of stiffness in your muscles or your joints. And hopefully we're going to ease all that away with the flow this morning. Now just open our eyes and we'll start to synchronize the breathing with the movement. So as you inhale through the nose, let's open our heart, reach your arms all the way up here over your head, eyes look to your thumbs. And then as you exhale, draw the thumbs down to touch your sternum, chest wall. Inhale, we rise, big stretch, lift the heart. Lengthen your arms, look to your thumbs, and then exhale, hands down to your heart seat. Let's do 3 more like this. Inhale, we rise, big stretch. Big breath in. Exhale, releasing the breath through the nose, bringing the thumbs down to your heart. Inhale, reach and rise, big stretch up. Exhale, thumbs to heart center. This time, inhale, reach and rise. We're looking for a spinal twist. Big stretch all the way up, lengthening the spine before we twist. And then rotate round towards your right side, looking over the right shoulder. Try to twist lower spine, thoracic spine. And then turn the neck, the cervical spine, right over the shoulder, as far behind as you can. Push up onto the tips of the fingers so you're sitting really tall and straight. Just take a nice breath in. Exhale. Inhale, we rise, upward salute. Take the arms all the way up, stretching up tall. And then as you exhale, left side spinal twist, looking over the left shoulder this time, looking behind you. Try to use your hands and your arm like a second spine, bring the arm in close to the body, helping your spinal column to sit up nice and tall. So again, you know, if you've been all crunched up into a little ball when you've been sleeping, this is a really nice way just to get everything all stretched out, mobilized, ready for the day ahead. Take a nice inhale. As you exhale, focusing on the twisting part. Great for the back, great for the waist, great for helping move things through your digestive system. As we inhale, big stretch up, get tall. Bring the hands here to prayer pose. As you exhale, bring the fingertips down to the shoulders. Let's circle for 3. Let's circle for 2. Let's circle for 1. Let's change the direction now. Let's get the circles going round and round the opposite way, loosening off the shoulders. Well done. And then let's take the hands onto the knees, and then let's take the knees out nice and wide. What you want to think of is your stance. So you don't want your feet to be too narrow. You want to go for shoulder width or wider. Hands on the floor for windscreen wiper knees. Just take the knees to the right side. Then swing your knees to the left side. Knees to the right. Knees to the left side. What you're getting now is a little bit of a stretch into your hips, into your back. Easing out any sort of creaks or cracks that might be clicking and popping in your joints as you loosen everything off in the morning. Let's just do 2 more like this, and then stop back and centre. As you stop to centre, bring your feet in a little bit closer, resting on the fingertips. Lift your right knee towards your chest, and then start to draw a circle round. Right knee in, out and round. Right knee in, out and round. Right knee in, out and round. Now change the direction, just circling. So again, when you do these circles, it is just trying to find mobility in your hip. And then we're going to change direction. circle, sorry, I've changed legs, not direction, change to the opposite leg, and again, just drawing the circles round and round, getting some hip mobilisation. And then we're going to change the direction and draw the circles round and round and round. Last one. And then you're going to bring the soles of your feet together. Sit up straight and tall. Holding onto your feet, just gently start to pulse your knees. So the knees are just pulsing in your bound ankle pose, and the pulsing for the knees is just going to help to open out your hips a little bit more. Just gently bouncing like little butterfly wings. Bouncing here for 3, for 2, for 1, and then take a nice big inhale, lift your chest, look up. And then as you exhale, start to lean forward, resting your arms against the inner thighs or the inside of your calves. And start to peel your feet apart and look down to the soles of your feet, stretching out the hips. Stretching out your inner thighs. Pushing the knees down towards the floor. One more breath. And slowly release. As you release, let's come round onto all fours. Come right to the very back of your mat. Take your wrists underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath your hips. Stretch your right leg out as far as you can, away from your centre. So I'll spin myself round actually so I can see what you're doing. And you can see what I'm doing. So your legs stretched out here. You're just going to rock forward and back. And this is like a half frog position now. If you've got trouble with your knees, and you might need to pad up the knee that you're resting on, so fold up your mat and add a little folded blanket on there if you're on a hard floor and it's uncomfortable. Try to adjust your foot out a little bit wider now from the hips and encourage that rocking backwards and forwards. And listen to the feedback. If your knee is not happy with the rocking at all, you can just stay here at the top of the pose. Let's just do 2 or 3 more. Well done. Last one. And then you're going to take this leg and you're going to swing it all the way forwards to the top of the mat. And what you've got now is low lunge. So in your low lunge position, take a nice big breath and reach your hands up overhead. Taking the arms overhead will help to stretch out the hip flexor muscle, the abdominals a little bit more. And if you can really reach and lengthen through the fingertips, you will find that stretch will become more effective. Again, use a folded blanket under your back knee if you're uncomfortable there. And if it's possible, just try to press your hips forward a little bit more. Try to squeeze your buttocks a little bit more. Lift and lengthen. Inhale. And then as you exhale, you're just going to push your hips back. So come up onto the heel, lifting the toes, and then fold forward into half splits. So now the nose drops down towards the knee, and we're in a half splits pose to stretch out the hamstring muscles here just that little bit more. Breathing out as the nose comes to the kneecap. Taking a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, try to tighten the muscles of the quadriceps so that the kneecap gets drawn up and the hamstring muscle gets a chance to lengthen some more. So a hamstring stretch here, half split fold. And then as you inhale, back into your low lunge. Lift the chest. If you want to, you can add in some backward bending here. So try to lift the chest a little bit more. And then cactus, open your arms for a little bit more opening through the chest and shoulders. Or you can just stay tall at the top. Take a nice inhale, look to the sky, take the arms up. As you exhale, push your hips back, lift your toes, half splits, fold, hamstrings. Let's do 2 more. As you inhale, lift to rise. You can cactus or stay as you are. Open your chest a little bit more, get more stretch. Take a nice inhale, upward salute. As you exhale, refold, lift the toes. Try to stretch the hamstring, pull up on your kneecap. Breathing out here through the nostrils gently. One more time. As we inhale, lift the chest. You can choose to stay here, looking straight ahead, or you can encourage a little bit of backward bending here, lifting your chest up, forward, opening through those cactus or goalpost arms. Squeeze your buttocks. Inhale, take the upward salute, hands come overhead. Exhale, frame the front foot, stepping back into tabletop, send the left leg out. So left leg stretches out now. Half frog position, just start to rock yourself forward and back. And again, it can be as generous or as moderate as you want this movement to be. If you're feeling really tight this morning, you don't want to suddenly throw yourself into a big strenuous stretch here, but you do want to feel it's working. So you can adjust as your hips start to loosen off and your hamstrings and inner thighs start to loosen off. You can go a little bit deeper into the pose. Well done, and remember, if your knee is uncomfortable on a hard floor, you can pad up. You can also choose not to rock at all, just to hold it at the top. Let's just do a couple more. Last time. And let's come back to your tabletop pose. From your tabletop pose, swing that left foot forward. Left foot comes forward. Pressing down through the sole of the foot. Lifting up into a low lunge pose. When you come into low lunge, what you want to be feeling stretching here is the hip flexor. When you press the hips forward, tuck the tailbone underneath. So the idea that you're trying to not over-exaggerate any lower back curve here, but instead you're trying to tuck under so that you get more stretch. As you lengthen your arms up, you can choose just to stay looking straight ahead, absolutely. Or you can have a little bit of backward bend if you wish. Opening your chest, opening your heart. As you exhale, let's take half fold. Lift the toes, bring the forehead down towards your kneecap, and then you'll feel stretching sensations through the back of the thigh, through the hamstring. And I like you to be really mindful of what the head and neck are doing, so never try to force your head towards your knee. It's really not about that, it's about just taking the stretch into the back of the thigh. So try pushing your sit bones back, but at the same time pushing your heel of this front leg down into the mat. Pulling up on your kneecap, tightening the quad muscle, making more space. Inhale. Lift to low lunge, lift the chest. You can stay here, or you can add that little bit of extension and the goalpost or cactus arm. So cactus, open your arms if you wish. Opening your chest a little bit more. And then as we inhale, circle the arms all the way up. And as you exhale, taking it back into that fold position, hand splits, feeling the stretch in the hamstring, forehead and chest closer to the leg, flexing the foot, breathing out through the nose. Inhale, we rise. Low lunge. Cactus arms, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. Inhale the arms up, exhale, refold, lift the toes, chest and the thigh, stretch the hamstrings. Let's do that one more time. As we inhale, it's low lunge. You can add on back bend, you can add on cactus if you wish, or you can just keep at the top, really focusing on the hip flexor. As we inhale, take the arms up. As you exhale, refold, forehead down towards the kneecap, breathing out. And then positioning your wrists underneath the shoulders, swing the knee back underneath the line of your hips. And what we've got now is a little tabletop pose. Tuck your toes, lift your knees. The knees come up on the inhale here, and then as you exhale, lift the hips and move into your downward facing dog. As you come into your down dog, I want you to really try to think of activity with your hands. So what does that cue even mean? I'd like you to try to curl your fingertips. Curl the fingertips. Try to push down through the roots of the fingers. Fingers are nicely spread out to give you a nice base of support, and then you're actively pushing with your hands into the mat. Your shoulders can separate and move down towards your armpits, and you bring awareness now to the balls of your feet. If you can lift the toes off the mat, and what you'll feel is that you're balancing now on the balls of the feet a little bit more, and then just let the toes settle back down. It doesn't matter if your heels are not touching. You can see my heels are not touching the floor right now. Just let your head, neck, shoulders relax. And on our next inhale, we're going to come forward into a plank pose. And from your plank pose, we'll take Chaturanga all the way down to the mat. As you inhale, lift for Cobra. As you exhale, Cobra back down. Let's do two more. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale gently down. One more. Inhale for Cobra. Exhale gently down. Keep the fingertips in line with the shoulders. Let's see your best press up position now. Knees or toes, half or full. As you exhale, keep the elbows in close to your body and push the floor firmly to get that press up or plank position. Stay in your plank pose for 5 breaths. Now you can modify. You can be on your knees here, making it a little bit kinder. If you've got any wrist issues, you can come to low plank here. But what you're going to give me is just 3 more breaths. Everybody inhale through the nose. Try to think of your connection to your core as you exhale. So this drawing in maneuver of the navel moving towards the spine, rib cage coming in at the same time. Let's have one more breath, breathing in, navel to spine as you exhale. Well done, everybody. Inhale. As you exhale, hips lift and shift into your down dog. From your down dog position, let's exhale, press the heels towards the mat. As you inhale, rise up, tippy toes, and then step forward on your right foot. Step forward with your left foot, stay here. Big toes touching. Forehead cozies in towards the knees and thighs. As you inhale, it's chair pose. So bend your knees, and like you're sitting down into a little chair, park your bottom back there. Press your inner thighs together, and from the ground up, you're thinking of pressing your feet firmly into the floor. Press your big toes together. Press your inner thighs together, let the thigh bones roll inwards. Lift and stretch the arms towards the sky, tuck your tailbone, try to lift your torso. Hold your position, don't hold your breath. Exhale all the way back down to the floor, full fold. Relax the neck, the face, the shoulders and the jaw. Take the hands and hold on to either forearm and just allow yourself a little ragdoll fold. Gently moving and mobilizing right side and left side. Let the neck, shoulders, face relax. One more inhale. As you exhale, fingertips down, palms down, forehead to the shins. And slowly inhale to chair pose. Again, lifting the torso, pressing the big toes together, pressing down through your heels, reaching for the sky. Take the hands now to prayer pose, bring the hands to your heart center, and you're going to twist. So if you twist towards your right side, and then bring your left elbow down to meet the outer part of the thigh, hands stay here in prayer pose. Try to stack the shoulders. So this top shoulder, I'm trying to press down with the palm of my hand and twist that body so that the shoulders stay stacked. You can look up over that right shoulder towards the sky, still in the chair pose, the knees are still bent. And as you inhale, back through center. And as you exhale, twisting to go to the opposite side. Same pose, legs stay the same. The knees bent, looking over that left shoulder now towards the sky. Pushing down, left hand presses down, so that gives you something that you can use to improve the twist here. And on your next exhale, fingertips to the floor, stretching out the legs. And it's a relief to come back to your forward fold. Hands come up for ragdoll, just gently sway. Right side and left side. moving and mobilising your spine. Fingertips down to the floor, exhale. Inhale, chair pose, up we go, build up the strength in the legs. Hands to prayer pose, take the hands to heart centre. Twist round towards your right side, there we are. Looking up over that right shoulder. Keep the knees bent. Take a nice inhale back to centre. And as you exhale, twisting to the left side. Looking over that left shoulder. Done. Inhale back to centre and rise. As you rise, take the arms up all the way up over your head. Bring the palms together here to touch. Lift up your right leg as you trace the hands to heart centre. And then taking a hold of your knee, you're just going to do a standing balance here. So hold the knee, or if you can, make a peace sign and hook the big toe. Stand up straight. Doesn't matter to me whether you've got your knee or your big toe. What I want you to do is get your spine straight first. And then if you want to, if you can extend the leg, stretch the hamstring a little bit more. Everybody inhale, everybody exhale. We're looking for just 2 more breaths. It's a standing balance, it doesn't matter. If you need to use the wall to help you balance, you can do that too. Release the foot and stride it all the way back. As you stride the foot back, turn out the hips. And you're going to stretch out your inner thigh. So all we do is move towards that right foot, place the hands down on the inside of the foot, and then try to lift the toes on the left foot. And then walking over to the other side, switching sides. And then walking back to the right side. And each time, see if you can get a little bit more. Now, you don't want to leave your backside higher than your shoulders. So try to get your chest up. Try to get your hips down. As you move side to side. Let's just do one more. Perfect. As you come back to centre, turn the toes. Take a forward fold, drop the crown of your head. Wider feet here will be much easier than having your feet too close together. So especially if you're tight in the hamstrings, take a nice wide stance. Try to let the crown of the head drop down, top of the head to the floor, hips lift to the sky. Pressing through your feet. Breathing. And then gently start to walk your hands towards the top of your mat, turn the toes, step the feet together. Full fold, exhale here, all the way down, big toes touching. As you inhale, here comes the chair pose. Build up those legs, relax the shoulders, tuck your bottom, press the inner thighs. Hands to prayer pose, hands to heart centre. Well done, inhale here. Exhale, twist to the right side, look over your right shoulder. Keep your knees bent, stay in the chair. As you inhale, back to centre. As you exhale, twisting round to the left side. And again, keeping that twist, but keeping the knees bent. As we inhale, back to centre, slowly we're going to rise up. As you rise up, the arms come up over your head, palms meet here. As you exhale, trace the centre line of your body, lift up your left foot. Stand in balance here, you can hold the knee. Holding the knee, option 1. Option 2, make a peace sign. Hook the big toe. And again, you want to work on your standing leg being firm before you think of kicking out. And you want to think of your shoulders being back over your hips. And then if you've got both those things in place, then you can kick out or not, you can decide. Eyes focus, one spot. Bring your eyes to that spot, bring your awareness to your breath. 2 more breaths. As you release the foot, take a nice big step towards the back of your mat. I'm just going to spin myself round, and you're just going to work low lunges side to side. Side to side, side to side. So again, it's this side lunging effect that we're doing here. Just allow yourself to move. You know, you can stay a little bit higher. So if you've got problems with your knees, you know, this is a kind of option where you can keep your body more upright. But most of you will be absolutely fine away down here, stay here. Let's just move side to side, stretching out. Last one. Come to centre, turn the toes. Toes point forwards towards the front of your mat. Take your hands off and slide your hands down the back of your legs. Can you get the calves? Can you get the ankles? Or can you even slide your fingertips underneath your arches of your feet? Take your next breath in and try to think about elongating your spine. So inhale, we get length in the back of the body. Exhale, we're pulling with our arm strength. We get the crown of our head to the floor. We lift the sit bones. We stretch out from the knees. We try to press down into the balls of the feet. So you don't have to have straight legs. You don't have to be holding the feet, but it's nice to know that that's kind of what you're working towards. Heads down, hips are up. Press the floor away with the feet, active feet. Pull up on your kneecaps if you can, using those thigh muscles. Taking a deeper version of the stretch. One more inhale. As you exhale, just gently release. Walk your hands back to centre. Use the next inhale to lift your gaze and stretch the arms out like aeroplane wings, and we will start to rise. Rising all the way up to the very top to star pose. Step or jump your feet together. Take the arms down, interlacing the fingertips. Swing the hands round so that the knuckles are pointing towards me at the front. So can you see my hands here on the hip? Pull the shoulder blade down here and place the arms here so that I can see them as I look at you from the front. And then start to gently drop. So your hands are on your right hip. You're going to drop your right ear to the shoulder, and therefore the stretching is all down through that side of your neck. Done, everybody. If you suffer from stiffness, tightness in the chest and the shoulders, these little upper body stretches are really great at the end of the day and at the start of the day. Keep the neck healthy. Stop us getting round shouldered. Done, everybody. Then push the knuckles down towards the floor. All I'm doing is just pushing the knuckles down, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and then swing the knuckles round so I can see the knuckles on this opposite hip and waist. Again, make sure your shoulders are not rising up. And then when you're ready, drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. And there we are. And just take some nice deep breaths. You start to feel the stretch through your neck. And again, you can just move the head around a little bit till you feel which part really needs the work. Try tucking down your chin. See if that makes it easier, or if there's more tightness there. Try looking a little bit more ahead. And then just releasing back to centre. As we inhale, let's stretch for the sky. Big upward salute, inhale to reach and rise. As you exhale, take the hands down to your heart centre. Step or jump your feet. Come on down. Let's see you take a Hindi squat for me. When you take a Hindi squat, you want your arms to be on the inside, your knees to be flexing outwards. Your knees take the direction from your toes. We are gently moving right side, left side, so definitely a bit more leggy this morning than anything else, in case you didn't notice. So good stretch for the hips and the associated muscles. Let's just do one more breath here. Lift your chest. And then as you exhale, take the hands round, park your bottom, cross your legs, sit straight and tall. Inhale to rise, big stretch up. Palms meet overhead. Exhale, thumbs come down. Touch your heart centre. Gently bow your head. Namaste. Thank you for joining me this morning. Bye.